Huh.
Today we will talk about the sit and reach test. The purpose of the sit and reach test is to measure the flexibility of the person. Before we start, you need to make sure that your client stretches and warm up for at least 3 to 5 minutes. For each of the tests, every time you reach, you need to make sure that your hands are parallel or overlapping one another. For our first test, we will be using a sit and reach test box. You need to make sure to sit down straight. Your legs also need to be extended, and your feet need to be touching the end of the box. Remember, your fingers need to be overlapping or parallel. You need to reach as far as you can and hold it for at least 2 to 3 seconds. For this flexometer test, we will be using centimeters as our measurement. Next, we will go ahead and talk about the YMCA sit and reach test. For this test, we will need a yardstick and tape. Tape will be located at the 15 inches mark. The tape should be located at the heels, and the tape should be 10 to 12 inches apart. The client will have to reach as far as possible, touching the stick at all times, and they need to hold it for at least 2 seconds. This time we will be measuring in inches. Next, we will be measuring the flexibility of the hip extensors using the straight leg raise test. In order to measure, we will be using a goniometer. A good measurement will be of 90 degrees or above. Your client should be resting on the ground on his back, and you will help him raise his leg the farthest he can. Go ahead and flex it. Make sure to measure the angle with the goniometer and then repeat the same with the other leg. Next, we will do the chair sit and reach. We can use this for older adults that can be hard for them to sit on the floor. Make sure that the chair is at least 17 inches high. We will be placing the chair against the wall so that it won't move. Make sure that the subject being tested sits in the tip of the chair. We will be measuring one leg at a time. Make sure that one of the legs is extended while the other one is at a 90-degree angle. We will be measuring the difference from both hands to the tip of the toes. If the client cannot reach the tip, it will be counted as negative. If the client can barely touch the tip, it will be a 0 measurement. And if he passes, it will be a positive measurement.
Huh.